Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be covering SQL case statement. So SQL case statement. Before I get into the video, this is one out of a bunch of tutorials that I'm currently in the process of creating. A good number have already been uploaded. So if you've not checked those out, please feel free to go and check them out. Also, as you can see, I'm using MySQL. So if you're not familiar with MySQL, but you'd like to download it onto your machine, please check my first ever video on this tutorial. So there's a video there that will show you how to upload a CSV onto MySQL. And on the description of that video, there's a link to a tutorial that really helped me get started with MySQL. That's it. Let's get into the video. So the first thing you're going to do is we want to use the column for uploads. So yeah, here are our columns, and we want to use, I really like how I don't notice this, so it tells you the data type, it's an integer, but that's just a side note. So we want to use it to create consistency status, or you could say a consistency score. So the first thing I'm going to start by doing is just finding out the maximum, like the person who had the highest number of uploads and the person who had the lowest number of uploads. Then we can break it into 4 and have consistency level 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a very basic way of doing it for the sake of this tutorial. But in an actual project, in an actual workplace, you really need to think through such things. Like if you decide to break down this, you have various people do various numbers of uploads, and you want to create like a consistency score, you probably have to do research that will advise like what your consistency score entails. Do you actually want to find the median, the various percentiles, and use that to guide your scores? Just a piece of advice, because trust me, when you're building your own project, maybe for work purposes or for your portfolio project, and if it's like for portfolio project and you're presenting it for a potential job, you're likely to be asked why. Why did you decide to score them like that? Like, what was the logic behind it? But anyway, we'll have, sit down videos to talk about such things. So I want to get the maximum and the minimum. So select max, uploads as M. And then we select min, uploads as So yeah, let's run this and see what happens. Oh, wow, that's a lot. So the person who had the highest number of uploads has done 301. So yeah, let's just do 300. So I'll just write it off 300. And the person with the lowest number of uploads did 1. So if you're to do 300,000, yeah, and you divide it by 4, what would you get? You'd get 750. So we can do the first person to have 750, and then we add 750. I don't know if I should just do this quick math on the side. So 750, but yeah, let's just do it together. And then, so 750 plus 750 is equals to 150. Then 150 plus 750, we get 225. Then 225 plus 750, you should get 300. So we're going to have, our bounds are going to have 750, 150, 150. No, it's not 750, it's 75. When you divide by 4, it's 75,000. So you're going to have 75, then 150, then 225, then 300. When we're doing our case statement, so we can comment this out here. So when you're doing your case statement, you can say select and then enter case. I really like writing this case when, so it just makes it easier to read. So instead of writing like in one line, this is so much easier here. So case when uploads. Do we want to use between? Do we want to use a logical operator? We can use a mix of both. So case when uploads is greater than or equals to, no, greater than 75,000. Yeah. So let me just write our bounds here. So we had 75. So when you divide 300 by 75, yeah, by 4, you get 75,000. Yeah. 75 plus 75, you get 150, 1, 2, 3,000. Then when you add 75 to that, you get 225, 1, 2, 3,000. Then lastly, when you add another 75,000 to it, you get 300,000, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's our various bounds. Yeah, you can also comment that out. So case when uploads are greater than, no, it's less than. So yeah, so guys, I've already created a video on various logical operators, comparison operators. They came way before this. So that's why anything to do with logical operators, comparison operators, I'm just going to flow through it. I won't really take time to explain because there's already a video dedicated to that. So yeah, if you see me using a logical operator or comparison operator that you're not very familiar with, please feel free to go and check out those videos. Yeah. So yeah, let's continue. So what did I do? Okay, so when uploads are less than 75,000, so that means 75,000 itself is not inclusive, then we'll call this, should we call it level 1? Yeah, level 1. Level 1, yes, their consistency is level 1, yeah. And then instead of like nesting it, I really like this. I like ordering it like this. So when uploads, so it's between. So okay, it will be a bit, yeah, this is okay. So between 75. So remember, between is inclusive. I talked about this in the video. So 75 is included between 75 and 150. 1, 2, 3. Then it's level 2. Okay, so now to make our work easier, so that we don't have to keep on repeating, so we can do okay. So the next one will be between no, so now we're going to use between, yeah, because now it's between. Okay, that's okay. So between 150, 151. No, it's 150, 1, 2, and 1. And because now it's inclusive, so we're picking up from where we left. So 150,000 and 150 and 150, 150,000 and 1, yeah, and 300. 1, 2, 3. Then level. Then level 3. So yeah, so there are two options here. You could also say when uploads greater than 300. 1, 2, 3. Then level 4, or you could just write else level 4, meaning it will pick whatever meets this condition, this condition, this condition. Anything that remains is level 4. So why I prefer writing this is because sometimes like it might not be as straightforward. Like you might be creating case statements for something that's a bit more complicated, something that's a bit more complex. So I prefer not to use else, so that when I close this, so end as wanted to call it consistency status, so we can just do and then okay, yeah, we can just have it first. Then what else would you like? We would probably like to have the YouTuber. And we can also have the actual upload. Oh, I didn't push them forward from. You can come and pick it from here. And let's do limit 20. Okay, so yeah, let's run this. So we are selecting consistency status, YouTuber uploads from global YouTube statistics, but we only want to print out the first 20. Okay, so as you can see, this guy is at level 1 because his uploads were less than 75,000. This one is at level 2 because his upload was greater than 75,000, but not more than 150,000. So yeah, like this can really allow you to do like very interesting analysis. So after yes, you created your various status, you practically created a new data set down here, and you're like, oh, I'm very curious. People who are like level 1 versus level 2, level 3, what do they earn? How many subscribers do they what do they earn? How many subscribers do they attract? So yeah, is it true that the more you upload, the more you're likely to earn? The more you upload, the more likely you are to attract subscribers. So yeah, things like that. So yeah, that is like one example of how to use a case statement. And now we can do so here we've already used a combination of like logical operators. So between is a logical operator, greater than, less than is a comparison operator. So yeah, I'm just going to do one more question, then yeah, we can call it a day in terms of what we're learning about case statements. And now what we're going to do is, let's just first preview our whole data set. So let's just pick this. Let's pick this and we just preview our whole data set here. Okay, so as you can see, this is our data set, well, most of it. And that's why I preview it from here instead. So I'm keeping this open so that I can be able to literally look through the various columns that I have here. And if you look through this, we don't have continent data, yeah? We have country data, but we don't have continent data. So what if I want to analyze and understand like the state of YouTube based on continent and not just country? So again, you can use case statements to do just that. So I have this list here. This list, my famous list that I've carried all the way from my Python tutorials, and I've now brought it here. So yeah, so what we're going to do is, first of all, let's just take this from down. And we're still going to limit to 20. So yeah, so maybe just a reminder, by the way, this is just one of many tutorials that I've already created, in the process of creating more. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more about SQL, going in this journey with me, feel free to subscribe. And if there's anything else that you would really like me to cover, let me know down in the comments below, like what do you want to see me cover. I'm preparing to do like a very basic beginner single table project when I finish the next one. So this is excluding this video. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. 4 more videos, then I do a very basic beginner project. So if there's some things you'd like me to, some concepts you'd want to see come together in that project, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, subscribe so that when the project is up and many other SQL concepts, you're able to be notified. You come learn with me, ask me as many questions as you'd like. I'm here to pass my knowledge to you people. But yeah, so what do we want to do? We want to use the case statement here to create continents. So we don't have continents, but we have countries. So what we can do again, so case, and this time I'm going to use else. So instead of when, I've already explained to you guys why I prefer when. So in case of anything, like our previous result. So let me just, I don't have to do that. I can just select it. Okay. So from our previous result here, this is just me eyeballing, and plus we've only limited it to 20. If there was something that didn't meet the condition, you'd have like T series and then the consistency status is blank. So that's why for me, I prefer using when instead of else, because sometimes the logic was not okay. There's something that you probably forgot, like there's something that you forgot to factor in. So there's a puzzle missing from the logic. And when you use else, it will cover that up. But when you explicitly say when, you'd know, you'd find the error. So yeah, for very basic case statements, it's okay. You can use when and else. But for case statements that you're using, like it's a bit more complex, avoid using else, use when. It's really helped me like not to give stakeholders wrong information. But yeah, so here we're like case when, country. Let's check how our country is spelled. Is it capital? Is it small? Here it is, so it's capital. Okay, so in country, in, yeah. So again, another logical operator, in, then. Okay, so as you saw earlier, for those of you who've already watched the SQL Distinct tutorial, which came right before this, we had very few countries, were like 47, yeah? And you could have easily just picked those lists and separated them. Oh, these are African countries, these are, what are they called? Countries in North America, in South America, in Europe, etc. But what I prefer to do is I have this list of countries here, and yes, for now, your business might only be serving like 10 people in Europe, 1 person in Africa. But what happens when you expand that like additional countries that you had not included in your case statement will not appear. So to make your query evergreen, to make it dynamic, to make it in a way that it doesn't have, you don't have to come and change it all the time when there's like a new change in the business. Just factor in everyone. So yeah, I have a list of countries, and so there's Africa, there's Europe, there's Asia, North America, so 1, 2, so there's Australia, South America, North America, Asia, Europe, Africa. So yeah, so okay, so what we can do, the first thing we can do that will also help us save on time is we do, so we just copy paste this. Okay. So we can start from the bottom. So yeah, let's get the names first because the other ones are so long. So we're left with Europe and Africa. Okay, so yeah, imagine if you decided to use equals instead of equals comparison operator instead of in a logical operator, this would be a mess. Yeah. So yeah, so the first thing we're going to do is just pick all these African countries and put them in our case statement. So for anyone who falls under this list, a new column will be created, and in that new column is called continent, and they're going to have the data point Africa. Then for anyone who is in any of these countries, again, new column will be created. And in that column, anyone whose Vatican City or Iceland will be Europe. Yeah. And then the same thing for Asia. Anyone who is in one of these countries on the new column continent, they'll have the label Asia. And then same thing here. So what I'm going to do is also, I want to put this list. I think I can link it. Yeah, like I'll put it on like a Google Doc or a Google Doc. Yeah, Google Doc, Google Sheet, and just link it down below so that if you're following along with this, and this is something that you probably want to turn into a project, you have it with ease. So as continent, yeah. So yeah, so the first thing we have is we are selecting continents. Then we want to select country. What else? We can probably just have uploads. Yeah, we can say the YouTuber. Yeah, YouTuber from global YouTube statistics. Then we limit it to 20. So we need to select all these. Then let's run that. Voila! So as you can see, T-Series is from India, then following under Asia, United States, YouTube movies, Mr. Beast is from the United States, North America. In this randomly selected 20, no one from Africa. Can you guys see anyone from Africa here? But yeah, so I've actually used this data set before. Like I created a Python portfolio project, Python portfolio project. So we covered data cleaning, then we covered data visualization. I talked about the various types of exploratory data analysis. So that is univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, multivariate analysis using various visuals, various concepts in pandas, and this is the data set I use. So yeah, if you're someone who's not just interested in SQL, but you're also interested in Python, feel free to go check out my Python portfolio project. Let me note that down. I can link it down below. Python project, yeah, for those who are interested in it. Otherwise, guys, yeah, that's it from me. That is basically how you use the SQL case statement. And yeah, thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. If you liked it, feel free to smash the like button. Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to tell me if there's something you'd like to see me cover. I'm here for you people. Yeah, I'm here to share my knowledge, I'm here to listen, and I'm here to deliver. And yeah, once again, I'm actually going to use this same data set to do like a single table SQL plus Tableau the data analysis project. So I'll do the data cleaning, I'll do the manipulation, the feature engineering here on SQL. We're going to use concepts such as CTEs. We'll probably create a view. You see how we've created a new column? We'll create a new column and have all this new column, all these metrics, all these new columns, all these metrics on one single table. So after we do that, create this table, then we can move on to Tableau and create a dashboard and just tell people, okay, what's going on in the YouTube scene? Yeah, really excited about that. If you're as excited as I am, feel free to subscribe so that when the project finally comes, you are aware. And yeah, guys, that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye.